What's up, Shmi? About to spit that gospel truth. What up, Kabibi? Welcome to the family. Hope you guys are ready for this. Oh, say my name. Oh, say my name. Mmm. 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 All right. You did a similar scope on taking no prisoners? Because that's what these starseeds need right now. That's what these idealistic visionary souls need right now. That's what these souls with love at the center of their being need right now. Take no prisoners. Because you are here for divine reasons, and you are here to execute a divine plan. And if you listen to the muggles, if you are bitten by a zombie, you will forget why you are here. You don't want to get bit by a zombie, right? What happens? Then you become a zombie. And you get taken right off of that path that you're on. That's why we take no prisoners. That's why your mindset has to be one which takes no prisoners and makes no excuses. The first person back at it, Zubash, you know it. We're back at it. Welcome to the family. So, taking no prisoners, first and foremost, starts with an attitude that refuses to accept failure. With an attitude that refuses to accept failure because you know you're going to do whatever you have to do. And when you make that commitment, it's a deep emotion you should feel. It should feel like a mix of anger, righteousness, passion, and it's all coming to service of love. It's all coming to serve the good. Keep in mind that this is power and you can use it any number of ways. Yes, exactly. We will not compromise on the reality that we're creating. Everybody has to get with our program. That this is going to be a beautiful world. That this is going to be a beautiful world for all of those who live in it. And there's going to be justice. And there's going to be peace. And we have a few things to say about it. Empathy. Let's talk about empathy. Empathy is a pretty crucial subject when it comes to these things. A lot of us over-empathize. We're too empathetic. Empathy is great because it helps you understand people and understand what they're feeling. But empathy also can take you off course when you're empathizing with people you're not supposed to be. You ever had that? You walk into a room, you start to feel something from someone else, and then it gets hooked onto you, and then you're walking around sad or angry or frustrated or whatever it was. That's too much empathy. And we actually make poor decisions when we're acting out of our empathy sometimes. We make poor investments, we make poor choices about how we relate with people because we just want everyone to feel good and want everyone to be happy. Oh, I want to make you happy. Oh. But we know how that goes, don't we? So, the Indigo Legion takes no prisoners from this day on. That's the energy I carry. That's the energy that we can all carry as we're here to help the world. If you're watching this scope and you feel what this is and you get the mission of us being a tribe to help save the world, largely from itself, by creating the solutions and the positive energy and the change that is needed on this planet, then this is a part of that battle call. I want you to think back to all the times when you were young, when you were messed with. When you were messed with by people who had no idea why you're here and what you're doing. Rue, did you get kicked off? My connection signal may need to change. Okay, hold on. Let me move to a different room. That may be why we only have... So, empathy. Too much empathy is a bad thing. And I think back to all those times when we were young, you know, and we were getting messed with. And I think back to times in elementary school. I think back to times in high school. I think to times when I went out there and I talked to people about what needed to change on the planet. I started to talk to them. What's up, Kwa? I started to talk to them about what we needed to do here. I started explaining to them how our government has been corrupted, how our economic system has been tilted in the favor of a few, and how we're trashing the planet, the only planet that we have. This is our mama. And we ain't taking good care of our mama right now, you know what I'm saying? And so I started to tell people this. And of course, like, nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear that. Everyone wants to go to their job, watch their television. Everything's cool. Don't worry. They'll take care of us. The government will take care of us. Nope. It's up to us. It's up to the people. And so, that's kind of why we came here. But to be successful along the way, you have to take no prisoners, and you have to allow, so only your creative vision is what determines your life. Because everybody in your life, so many people in your family are going to tell you you can't do these things. They're going to tell you you're not good enough. You can't start your own business. They're going to tell you they don't see success for you because their own dreams have been crushed in the meat grinder of this crazy world. This place, right? Right? So there's that frustration, right? But that frustration can break you or it can make you. The pain you feel about the things that you've lost, about the failures you've experienced, about feeling like you're behind, feeling like you're not good enough, feeling like you're running out of time, that's just your fuel. That's your motivation. That's the drive to put yourself in a little discomfort for the sake of why you came here and what legacy you want to leave behind when you're done, right? I'm going to clock out our time card when this thing's over. I'm trying to see some serious action. I'm trying to see some serious work was put in. And that I left my kids a little bit better. I left the work, not just my kids, but everybody's kids a little bit better, you know? Who knows? I don't even know if I'm going to have kids. But I feel like, you know, you got to look like the world is what we're creating together. And so, take no prisoners. Let's talk more about this, right? You wake up in the morning and there's the voice in your head, go back to sleep. Go back to just 15 more minutes. Go back to sleep. You don't need to do that. You don't need to go to the gym, right? They're telling you, what up, Oberly? The voice is telling you, you don't need to go to the gym. The voice is telling you, oh, you don't need to go out and do these things that you know you need to do. You don't need to follow through on your commitments to people. You don't need to do this. Just sleep a little bit more, right? That's what people are talking about. And that's how the voices in our head start to yammer. And those are the voices that we have to kill. Take no prisoners. Those are the ones that have to die. Right away. Do not negotiate with terrorists, right? That's what they say. Do not negotiate with terrorists. Those voices are terrorists. Those voices in your head are terrorists. They cause fear in you. Like the devil on your shoulder. Well, how long are you going to live with that devil on your shoulder, man? How long until you kick that motherfucker to the curb? Because he's just holding you down. Sometimes you have to become a devil to beat a devil, though. Watch my life story. I'm not what people think, either. Like, I've lived so much of my life in this shadow of trying to be good, right? Like, I grew up, right, and I was told, oh, you got to be good, right? My super Catholic, like, religious family, right? Super Catholic religious family, you know, I grew up in. And they told me, like, oh, you have to live this certain way to be good. Like, that's the only way you're going to be, you know, be worthy. And so I, as a kid, was just trying to live in that way and follow all the rules. Sex is bad. Money is evil. And so you come out of that system feeling super impotent. Impotent. Yeah, sex is good. Yeah. But I came out of that childhood feeling confused of like, wait a minute. On one hand, everything I learned growing up was telling me that money was bad, sex was bad, I was gonna go to hell or whatever. And then all of a sudden, my feeling is something quite different. So what do? When you have one thing from your childhood telling you one thing, and one thing from your feeling telling you the other. Well, the thing about most organized religion is it makes people docile, domesticated, and they follow the rules, and they actually are afraid that they're bad. The fear of being evil, the fear of being cast out, the fear of going to hell is used to control people. Right? And so instead of what Jesus would have had, right, the homie Jesus would have had us all loving and connecting and being one, and actually not focused on the fear, the hell, but like enjoying this gift of life, which we all have, got twisted and subverted into this like very controlling paradigm. So you got to throw that off too. Do not take prisoners. Kill that voice as well. That's the voice of the imaginary angel. You think it's keeping you safe, but it's not. You think it's going to help you go to heaven. It's not. It's killing your light. The very light that you came here to shine. The very light that you were born with. All in the name of being good, so that your ego could be safe. Right? And that's why everyone clutches to safety. Familiar patterns, familiar jobs, familiar habits. I'm on a rant right now. This feels good. That's why everyone clutches onto that. And so once you have your own revolution inside of you, then we get to have the bigger revolution outside of us. Each one of us has to go through that revolution on the inside. Many of you know there's a shadow government right now. Oh yes. Ain't pretty, folks. But in order to deal with that, you have to overthrow the shadow government inside yourself. The part of you that is running your life that shouldn't be. Like a lot of us have to take full command of our lives back. From the voices of comfort, the voices of this is safe. Oh, you know I'm rocking the Phoenix hat. For tonight's rant, I'm rocking the Phoenix hat. What up, Alion? Good to see you in here. So I've been on a rant about taking no prisoners. And you know we're the only spiritual people who would ever like talk like this. Because you got to get straight up military with it sometimes. You have to be like in that mode where you will accept no excuses, you will take no prisoners, and you will execute. Why are you here? What did you come here to give to the world? What is the gift that you have? That is what you need to devote everything to. And the doors and the paths will open before you. The people will be attracted to you. The resources will be attracted to you. When you show some balls or some ovaries, whatever you got, you show those and you start to share it from that place. Right? So, what are those voices? Right? What are those voices that you have to execute and get out so you can fully live the life you're here to live? Right? And how do you beat those voices down day after day until they're silenced? Like, self-doubt is a tricky thing, right? It doesn't go away all at once. It's like a process. So, if you're overcoming self-doubt in with a business, it doesn't go away instantly. You get it again and again and again, but it gets lesser as you go. Like, as I've been building Spear, when I started, I was like, dude, there's no way I'm going to be able to pull this off. I was doubting a lot when I started. And now that it's gotten to a whole different level, I don't have the same level of doubt, but it's still there sometimes. And when those voices, those inner terrorist voices come into my head and start telling me it's not good enough, I'm not good enough, oh, I won't be able to do, then it's like, I need to kill those motherfuckers with some action, because action is what does it. You take one little bit of action and then you start to silence the voices. You take a little more action, now the voices are really gone. Now you start to step into your power. You guys ever played fighting games? This is going to be good. You guys play fighting games, or you ever played like Smash Brothers or any like Mortal Kombat or any one of those games? And you get on a hit streak in those games, right? Okay, yeah, Smash Brothers. Great. So you get on a hit streak, right? And you like charge up. Your character like you just charge up and start beating the other guy, right? Tekken. Oh, dude. You played Tekken? Dude, you did not play Tekken. God, Marcel, you're a badass. Spear. Kawa, I'll tell you what Spear is in a second. Thank you for asking. So Tekken, I was nasty with Law. Like, dude with the kicks, the flip kicks. Dude, I could spam that move all day. But in any fighting game, you charge up, right? You take a few different actions, and then you get charged up. And once you do that, you get like 3 or 4 hits on the guy, you go like super mode, right? It's the same thing in life. You take a few good actions towards what you want to do here, towards the things that you're here for, and you charge up. If you don't make stupid decisions between those actions, like this is what we like to do, right? So we feel comfortable. We take like one good step, like, oh, we get something done, and then we want to rush off and reward ourselves and go eat some freaking candy bar or whatever. Don't do that. Take one good action and then another and another, and you get a hit streak, and you'll start to literally charge up your energy field. You start to get a charge in your third chakra. You start to like build up that sense of being empowered and being able to do amazing things. And that's what we got to do and build as we continue to grow these visions for why we're here, and as we continue to feed them. So you got to get in a hit streak. Kawa, to your point, Spear is the training for men that men never received in school, but that we all should have had. It's about money, it's about emotions, it's about women, it's about meditation, it's about training, it's about life, it's about why are we here. And it's an elite group of instructors that I have assembled who will show you just about everything you need. And its 30 days are free, and the next group starts on April 1st. So if you want to check it out, go to joinspear.com. So, taking no prisoners. I'm having fun right now. I'm getting a hit streak in on this Periscope. You know what I'm saying? How are things over in Denver? Yeah, fear is nasty. Fear is nasty. Fear will make you think you aren't yourself. Fear will confuse you so bad that you think you're not yourself anymore. And it just takes some of that action to get you out of that whole thing. Isn't it amazing how you can like lose touch with who you are for years at a time, and then you like wake up one day, you have like a crazy experience, and you're just like, whoa, what happened? Where did I go? You got bit. Zombies got to you. Spiritual zombies who got to you, who bit you and made you forget yourself. Right? That's why we meditate. That's why we train. Damn zombies, I'm telling you. I've been waylaid by zombies. I had them just like on my neck, just eating me. Why do you think those movies are so... Oh, you're doing a silent retreat? That's what's up. That'll get you clear. That'll get you fired up. It's going to be huge, man. How many days? Is that the full Vipassana, the 9-day? Is that the 9-day? Anyways, yeah, silent meditation, crazy. You know, the first time I did that, you know what happened? I ended up like almost just a weekend. No, I didn't. I've never done the 9-day. I've only did the weekend. I went almost crazy though when I did it. It brought up a lot from me. So much emotions. I literally like left and escaped to the meditation center and climbed up a mountain and almost froze to death. No, I'm not kidding. That's like literally what happened. Come back. You tell me. You come back alive. Don't do what I did, and you tell us how it went. Yeah, it was crazy. I was very shaken up at the time, and I figured the best thing to do was to go off in the middle of nowhere in the dark with no light. Fields is a lot more safe, I think. It could be good. I think you'll be good. Well, I have thoroughly enjoyed this time sharing this fire with you guys. Oh yeah, I went back eventually. Well, they found me. They had to send out the park rangers. They were all like searching for me. They eventually found me. One of my crazy stories. Anyways, yeah, dude, the people running the retreat were just like, what happened to you, dude? Where did you go? They were so worried. They thought there was going to be liability issues and everything too. But just one of the stories in the making of an avatar. Well, yep, that's what everyone thinks now, but just wait. Just wait. All right, my friends. I love you guys. family.link, resources for awakening. We'll see you tomorrow at 9 o'clock.